guy,
Oh my
the
God.
snowboarder upside down when the random skier comes by.
Yes.
Just sees a
Yes.
snowboard sticking this far out of the snow.
Yeah.
Is this the
with
one
2
where
feet.
And the guy was buried under the
Yeah.
snow.
He goes, "What the fuck?" He stops. They
He
goes up
saved
there.
the guy's life randomly.
Is this separate? Have you seen the footage where the guy's wearing the GoPro?
I've seen that.
Right? And then he's like,
falls
fuck,
into the ditch.
into like a hole.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
That is visceral. That feeling.
Oh my
You're like,
God.
And then he's just like, "We'll see what happens."
Obviously, he got out because there's footage.
Yeah.
But when you're watching that, you're like, oh my God, you could just fall in there forever. And apparently, that's something that happens.
Tree wells.
That's something that happens. So this
Oh.
guy just falls, and then watch this.
bro.
What?
I know Bert's feeling this.
No, I've had
Dude.
a couple experiences like this.
He manages to stop himself.
Yeah.
What
Bro.
the fuck? How the
Bro.
fuck do you get out of that?
How the fuck do you get out of that?
Fuck the skis.
How did he
it's,
get
it's,
out of
it's,
that?
It's over, Joe.
But no, he's
No,
out.
they had to. I think I've read about this. They had to get search and rescue. He had to hang out down there for a while. Search and rescue had to come up and
Holy
I'm thinking
shit,
of getting
he's
one of those
so
GPS
lucky.
trackers
And do you
for
see
sure.
though?
So-
He's
how
so lucky that he
kept-
stopped right there.
But the way he right here, he's not flailing. He's
Yeah.
like putting his arm and his ski out to try
Uh-huh.
to like. So this guy was able to keep some composure as this was happening, which
would've
is like
bombed it.
kind of the craziest part.
Oh my God. So this is the snowboarder that's buried upside down. So this guy
No.
just sees that little blue piece.
bro.
Just
This
randomly.
this happened to me.
Skied right over him.
Yeah, he easily
Happened
could have
to take
missed
that.
that.
Yeah, could have gone
Dude.
the other way.
There's not much blue.
Soft snow. He's in a tree well, is what it is.
Yeah.
So the tree wells, it's really soft snow. So if you get
that.
stuck in a tree well, you are fucking dead. A lot of people die in tree wells.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting one of those GPS things.
So
Niels
when
says
we
he has
went,
one.
we went snowboarding in Matterhorn,
Yeah.
heli skiing, and the guy put a beacon on us. And the first thing he said, he puts a beacon. It's like 4 feet of powder, and he says, "This is so we can find the body." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You
Oh,
might
this
fall
is
into a crevasse or an avalanche, so we put the beacon on to find the
You're
body."
good.
Whoa.
Gotcha.
That
Can you
feeling,
breathe?
this happened to me. That feeling is terrifying.
This guy's like, "Thank you."
Good. We'll get you out of here in a sec, okay?
He was
the panic, the
dead.
panic.
He knew he was
I'm
dead
feeling
too.
panic watching
the
this.
knew
panic.
he
So what
dead.
happens is, like what happened to me and when we were heli skiing is I fell face forward in powder. I'd never snowboarding in powder. 4 feet of powder is very different than snowboarding. It's like you have to have your bindings reset. You have to really know how to ride the powder, and I could not turn right. And the guy told me, he's like, "Don't go within 5 feet of my tracks. Stay within my tracks."
Oh.
So the whole time, I can only turn left because at the time I really wasn't that good of a snowboarder, but I could snowboard, but not in powder. And so he's going like this, and all I can do is go left, and I'm just going off the track.
Oh no.
And I'm fucking panicking. But by the way, we're at like 13,000 feet, 14,000 feet. It's very little oxygen. I'm gassed. I'm fat. I'm hungover. It's the day after the national championship that we went to. So we'd eaten edibles. It was
It was
like
the day after that.
it was the day after that. I flew to Switzerland and immediately landed and went heli skiing.
I don't remember that.
And so no. When we went to Florida State versus Alabama.
Oh, 2013.
Yeah, 2013. So all of a sudden I go to cut right, and I catch my nose, and I fucking go face first in the snow. And at first I'm like, fine. I push my arms in, and they just do not touch anything.
Oh my
it just goes like this. And now snow's impacted on my face, so I can't really breathe. And I'm first of all, I deal with panic, but panic kicks in immediately, and I'm like, this is why I have the fucking beacon on. And so I try to clear the snow out of my face, but I'm like pulling all the muscles in my back, trying to turn over. And then the guy just comes up behind me, grabs me on the back, flips me over, and he goes, "You should see your sound guy." My sound guy's upside down, skis kicking, upside down in the snow. And we just got the fuck out. We got on a helicopter and got the fuck out. I was like, this isn't safe.
Yeah, I'm not interested in any of that nonsense. Did I tell you about my last ski experience? I only used to ski with my family.
This resonates
Yeah.
every time I go skiing because you go, it's not worth it.
Oh, he
not
always
worth-
says that.
He always
this
says
is-
it
this
every
is-
time I go skiing.
When I would go skiing because they wanted to go skiing, and I would be like, this is fun. It's good for kids to learn early because they're really good at it, and my wife likes it. But I would be like, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, didn't get hurt. Back up. Don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't
fun.
get hurt, didn't get hurt. Good. So all I'm doing is mitigating risk the entire time I'm skiing.
Sure.
Because I've had fucking 3 knee operations. I really know what it's like to blow your shit apart. And they're like naive to how vulnerable your knees are. And kids are fucking rubber. They
Yeah.
just fucking bounce off rocks and they're fine. They fall down. They only weigh 80 pounds. They fall down, they get right back up.
Right back up.
But so this last time I was going around this turn and this lady didn't know how to ski, and it looked like she was just a fresh beginner, and she was like doing the pizza thing, but she was sliding right into the trail.
Oh.
And it's a narrow trail, and I'm like, I have 2 options. I'm wiping this lady out, or I'm gonna catastrophically fall down. I went with option 2, and I fucking tried to slide around this lady, and my skis went up in the air, and I banged the back of my head hard,
Oh, fuck.
and I fractured my leg.
Helmet
No,
on? Helmet
really?
on?
Yeah, it's called an insufficiency fracture. It's a fracture at the top of the fibula, or the tibia rather, where the tibia like touches the cartilage. I had a fracture, and I was 100% concussed
Wow.
because I
Wait,
got on.
helmet on?
Excuse me.
Helmet?
Yeah, helmet on.
yeah.
It didn't matter. It was hard snow, head first, bam. And I remember thinking like, wow, that was a big one. I remember thinking that, like when I got hit, I was like, that's a big one. And I got on the ski lift afterwards, and I just miscalculated, like I wasn't coordinated, and I fell down, and I couldn't get up.
What?
Like I couldn't get up without help. The lady had to help me get up. She had to reach out and grab my hand
Because
and
of the
help
concussion.
100%.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%. So I'm just dizzy. I'm off.
How long ago is this?
A couple years ago.
It was more
3?
than that.
No,
It was
it's
more than
that.
that.
It was pre-pandemic.
Joe, I think about this every
No.
time I go fucking snowboarding.
I think it was 3 years ago. No, I think it was 3 years ago.
After pandemic?
Yeah, I think it was during pandemic.
I
it was
thought
when
it
people
was
started
before.
It was
skiing
before.
again.
It was definitely before.
I don't think so, man.
Joe, this story resonates.
Maybe
That's the
4
last
years.
time you went to
At the
ski.
most, it's 4 years old. But I was
2019.
like,
When did
that's
we go?
just too. And then Shane Dorian tore his fucking knee apart. World champion, big wave surfer, tears his knee apart snowboarding. Just slammed into a tree and.
That's why you got to ski, folks.
Oh, hey, hang on. You want to hear a story about old
I just
fuckface
told you I was
McGee?
skiing. I
No.
was skiing. I gotta.
You don't like snowboarding?
Oh no.
I
Let me
tried.
tell. Let me
Can't get
share
there.
the story of skiing with Ari Shafir. So first of all, Ari gets this app that tracks how fast you're going. So the entire ski trip is based on how fast
O'Neill
can you
had
get. And Ari's like, I think I got up to 70. I bet I can break 75. I bet I can get
Broke the
75.
sound barrier.
Christ.
So
You're
I'm
going 75 miles an hour on a skis?
It's trying to.
yeah. So we go our last run in. It's a blue.
Park City.
And Ari is absolutely reckless, off trail.
Well, because
fucking-
O'Neill's better than me. I was like, let's race. And I'm like, go. And I just got the 1 second head start.
So we got Sean Patton, Mark Normand, O'Neill,
Fat,
Renazizi.
gay, loser.
Yeah. And all we're doing is skiing to a bar, okay? We're all going to go get drunk and ski to a bar. And I just hear Ari, fucking basketball. He dresses like a fucking 13-year-old. Basketball jersey. He's got the Viking horn helmet on. Like a fucking lunatic. This isn't. Is this?
That's my Mavs.
That's
my
Ari.
That's my Mavs jersey though. And look, I got my sweatpants over the.
And so
I'm a damn fool.
we're at the top of the mountain. He's like, let's see how fast we can go before we get to the bar. And I was like, I'm on a snowboard. The fastest I'm getting is 37 miles per hour. That's the fastest I'm going. And I'm terrified because I hear you in my head going, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Because he'd already stopped.
Ari decides to break the sound barrier, pins his feet together, and like a goddamn bullet starts fucking flying. Literally feet in front of the bar, wipes out, and breaks his wrist.
Some snowboarder turned back too fast. He was making nice wide
you
loops.
broke your wrist doing that?
And then he like made a sharp one, flew, demolished it.
He had to get
Shattered it.
reconstructed.
Yeah, there's a pin in there.
Really?
Yeah.
And all I heard was Joe Rogan, it's not worth it. We killed
How fast were you
North
going?
I was going pretty fast. I was winning. I thought O'Neill was right behind me. He had stopped immediately.
You have to think about it this way. For this momentary thrill of adrenaline and excitement, you potentially risk a life of catastrophic injury.
That's every time I come on this podcast.
I
never
get
stop.
it. Look, I get it because life is finite. I get it. You want to live and experience everything you want. But I believe you should mitigate risk. And I believe people
You
are
seek
drawn
out dangerous
to excite.
animals.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I mitigate risk And the risk of skiing to me is like that one is like there's too many
What's
variables.
What do you think's the most dangerous
zipping
activity
around?